फकिंग है। चलो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। वेलकम 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 एवरीवन। तो स्वागत है तुम लोगों का एक नाइट लाइव स्ट्रीम पे। वेलकम टू द नाइट लाइव स्ट्रीम। क्या हम मैं इसे नाइट लाइव स्ट्रीम बोल भी सकता हूँ कि नहीं पता नहीं। क्या ही बोलो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है। नाइट लाइव स्ट्रीम। वाओ, टाइम फॉर ए ब्रेक। फकिंग हेल। कितना फोन देखता हूँ कि समझ नहीं आता कि फोन देखूं कि नहीं। लेट नाइट just chatting hangout sessions, so much good nightlife. Why cannot I hear the fucking noise of nothing? कितना ओ अब समझ आया, क्योंकि वॉइस है ना वो मुझको वैसे नाइट लाइफ में, इसी वजह से ना वो वॉइस है वो टाइम से नॉइस है। कितना वॉइस एको ना हो इसलिए मुझे कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा। समझ आया, क्योंकि वॉइस है ना वो मुझको वैसे नाइट लाइफ में पड़ेगा, लेकिन अभी मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता। इस दिस क्या आई मीन, मेरा वॉइस तो जा रहा है ना फ़ोन से। मेरा वॉइस फ़ोन से जा रहा है कि नहीं? हेलो 1 2 3 माइक टेस्टिंग। क्योंकि वॉइस है ना वो मुझको वैसे नाइट लाइफ में, इसी वजह से ना वो वॉइस है कितना वॉइस है ना उसमें मुझे कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा। लेकिन हेलो 1 2 इज दिस क्या आई मीन, मेरा वॉइस तो जा रहा है ना फ़ोन से। ओके मेरा वॉइस तो जा रहा है, मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा। आई थॉट फ़ोन का माइक एक नंबर का बकवास है।
I think we're already seeing a generation now of
माइक का माइक मैं यूज़ कर सकता हूँ फ़ोन का माइक भी, मुझे पता नहीं था। तो चलो फिर से शुरू करता हूँ ये फालतू लाइव स्ट्रीम, क्योंकि एक नंबर का टाइम पास लाइव स्ट्रीम में मुझे पता नहीं मैं क्या करूँगा इस लाइव स्ट्रीम में। लेकिन वेलकम गाइस अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम पे आप सभी को मेरा हार्दिक स्वागत है। आप सब अभी तक सोई क्यों नहीं हो? अभी टाइम 2:15 हो रहे, लेकिन अभी तक आप लोग सोए क्यों नहीं? टाइम देखा है आप लोगों ने? अभी तक फ़ोन देखते बैठे हो। ये देखो मेरी आँखें एक नंबर रेड हो चुकी है मेरी आँखें, क्योंकि मैं इतना फ़ोन देखता हूँ कि चश्मा भी टूट गया है। इतना फ़ोन देखते देखते चश्मा भी बोलने लगा है कि बस कर दे भाई, मैं तेरी और मदद नहीं कर सकता हूँ। मेरा चश्मा भी मुझसे तंग आके छोड़ के चला गया मुझे। क्या बोलूँ फिर मैं? मैं ना अभी ना क्या है ना, मिस्टर बिस्ट का पॉडकास्ट है ना, ये वीडियो इस पे ये देखता हूँ, बहुत ही अच्छा वीडियो। in motion in 3D। oh fuck,
you're not moving, and so because
आई
you're laying
होप
down.
मुझे कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक नहीं पड़ेगा अभी, क्योंकि मैंने 7 का सॉन्ग यूज़ किया भैंचोद। आई होप आई डोंट गेट द कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक। Please don't give me the copyright fucking strike. I don't care anything. Just don't give me the strike, please. Okay, let's continue the Mr. Beast podcast में। अभी 20 मिनट से देख रहा था, लेकिन मैं वापस स्टार्टिंग से शुरू नहीं करूँगा। तुम लोगों को देखना है तो तुम खुद जाके स्टार्टिंग से देखो। मैं स्टार्टिंग से वापस चालू नहीं करूँगा अभी। जहाँ से मैंने छोड़ा है उधर से ही अभी देखना पड़ेगा तुम लोगों को भी। तुम्हें क्या लगता है तुम लोगों की वजह से मैं वापस शुरू करूँगा? घंटा ये लो मेरा मीटर। माफ़ करना यार, लेकिन रात हो रही है तो कुछ भी बोल रहा हूँ मैं, दिमाग पक चुका है मेरा।
Because of being Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot. Yeah, I mean in the last 90 days on just our main channel, I think we've gotten I think it's around like 630 million unique viewers. So like, if you look at that as a percentage of the entire planet, that's like 7 to 8% of the humans alive have seen. It's like, yeah, we legit. You have to go in, you have to rig up 50 cameras, and then you have to set up a storage server because these 50 cameras are going to be
मैं
recording basically
गेमिंग कर
24/7
सकता
for
हूँ
100
क्या
days.
ऐसे भी? कैन आई डू द फकिंग गेमिंग लाइव स्ट्रीम में भी? कैन आई डू द लाइव स्ट्रीम ऑफ गेमिंग और नॉट? कैन आई डू और नॉट? मैं
Recording
गेमिंग
basically
कर
24/7
सकता
for
हूँ
100
क्या
days.
ऐसे भी? कैन आई डू द फकिंग गेमिंग लाइव स्ट्रीम में भी? कैन आई डू द लाइव स्ट्रीम? लेट्स
Are we
फकिंग
recording?
जस्ट वॉच द पॉडकास्ट। क्या ही करूँगा गेमिंग करके, रात को दिमाग पक चुका है मेरा, दिमाग पक चुका है मेरा यूट्यूब से।
Basically 24/7 for 100 days straight. You have to get the 2 contestants, and you have to put the contestants in
चलो
there. Then you
चार्जिंग
have to have a
लगाना
medic on
पड़ेगा,
standby for
फ़ोन
100 days. You have
चार्जिंग
to have
सिर्फ
production on standby for 100 days. You have to have
25%
camera people there for 100 days. I have to then come by
Charging
there every
plug.
couple of days and film with them and all these things. And then you have all these challenges that have.
तो मुझे ना
like,
अभी
that's
फ़ोन ऐसे
we
पकड़
spent
के
millions
रहना
upon
होगा
millions of
ताकि
dollars
तुम
making that
लोगों
video.
को
That's
मेरा
a
घंटा
video that,
चेहरा
you know,
दिखे।
months upon months
ये
upon months of work,
ये
months upon months of filming. You know, probably a month or 2 of editing. Like that's like a massive
think मैं
undertaking,
फ़ोन
and that's just
इसी जगह पे
one of,
रखूँगा
you
यार।
know.
मैं
I
ऐसे
don't think there's too many
ऐसे
humans
ही
in
फ़ोन
history
को
who've had to
हाथ में
troubleshoot as much
पकड़े
as
नहीं
you've
रह
had to
सकता।
troubleshoot in your career.
Yeah, I mean,
रात भी बहुत हो
it's
रही है,
not just
मुझे
troubleshooting.
डर लग
It's
रहा है कि
troubleshooting.
कहीं ऊपर वाले लोग हैं ना, मतलब हर घर के ओनर ऊपर रहते हैं, अगर उन्हें पता चला कि मैं अकेले कमरे में अपने आप से बातें कर रहा हूँ तो वो तो मुझे पागल समझेंगे। ये क्या कर रहा है भाई, भाग, दरवाज़ा तोड़ के अंदर आएंगे। फक। आई थिंक मुझे इतना भी डरना नहीं चाहिए। मुझे नहीं लगता आवाज़ ऊपर तक जाएगा, पर फिर भी मुझे सावधानी बरतनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि इधर ऊपर ही रहते हैं वो लोग। भगवान रहता है ऊपर, मेरा भगवान। भैंचोद इतना अंधेरा है उधर, मैं तुम लोगों को दिखाऊंगा तो तुम्हारी सिट्टी पिट्टी कुल हो जाएगी। भाई साहब कितना डर लगता है यार अकेले रहने में, आज पता चल रहा है मुझे। फक, where the fuck did this even go? So this is how it goes. So this is how it goes, right? Okay. So now what should I do? So this is how it goes. So this is how it goes, right? Okay. तो मैं क्या कुछ भी लिख सकता हूँ क्या? थोड़ा कॉपी पेस्ट, ये लो। Feel welcome to the stream. Feel free to chat, relax and enjoy the vibes. Welcome to the Vibesy YouTube channel. Awesome dark story of sex addiction. I am not interested in that fucked up thing right now. I have other things to do maybe.
It's not just troubleshooting. It's troubleshooting across a different wide spectrum of problems, because it's like one day you're trying to figure out how to bury a bunker. The next you're trying to, I'm just trying to survive on an island. I'm doing 7 days on a desert island where I'm trying to figure out how to not get a blood clot because I'm buried alive for 7 days, like in a coffin, and you're not moving, and so because you're laying down and you can get blood clots in your feet. So I'm trying to solve that, and then the next day, you know, it's like, oh, we want to I mean, we do a lot of hard things like the Beast Game show that we were talking about. Based on when you post this, in mid-December. It's out. It's on Prime Video. Like that was. I mean, you tell them what you thought of episode 1.
Very, very intense. Mr. Beast on steroids. Put some more steroids into that. Put that being in.
Laying down and you can get blood clots in your feet. So I'm trying to solve that. And then the next day, it's like, oh, we want to. I mean, we do a lot of hard things like the Beast Game show that we were talking about. That based on when you post this, in mid-December. It's out. It's on Prime Video. Like that was. I mean, you tell them what you thought of episode 1.
Very, very intense. Mr. Beast on steroids. Put some more steroids into that. Put that being into a Captain America machine. That's what the show was.
and some people might interpret that though as like, oh, we just spent more money, just had bigger sets. But it's not even just that. It's like the storytelling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was, bro, body language is my game because of podcasting. You were getting a little uncomfortable when the emotions were being showcased, but you guys nailed it.
Well, I was getting uncomfortable because I already knew what was happening, and I was just wanting to see your guys' reactions. But
you nailed it.
Yeah. I know we nailed it because when the intense or crazy twist happened, you guys would multiple people would go, or they'd be like, what? Or on the funny moments, you guys would all laugh at the same time, which is good because it's like, if you're making like a audible reaction, that means the content's like really hitting you.
Yeah. Bro, I'm just getting to know your heart, like in this. That's my main mission here because I've had so many questions about you on a human level. I just want to get to know you. When I asked you about what you cried to your girlfriend about, what I sense is that every piece of decision making or troubleshooting puts some load on one's heart and brain.
Yeah.
And then it starts collecting. It's like pressing the accelerator and brake together.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just need your girl to like vent.
Oh, definitely. I mean, on the venting, well, it's not even just vent. It's also, when I was single, I just like my method of working was I would just, if my eyes were open, I was working, and if they're closed, I was dreaming about working. And that was just all I did. But the problem is like eventually that stress and that all that just kind of catches up to you, and you just need to crash a little bit. Like we're not robots. As much as I wish I was, and I could just grind all the time, make videos and entertain people, eventually you have to like take a little bit of time off, or you just go insane. It's like weird. I don't know. I've always tried to get around it, but I can't. And so like those crashes would be pretty rough for me. Like if I went super hard, like 15, 16 hours a day for like 8 or 9 days in a row, that 10th day I would like hit a wall, and like I wake up and just be like, I feel like I'm losing my mind. And then I'd take like half a day off, and that'd be perfectly fine. I'd go back to the grind. But the nice thing about having my girlfriend is like when I see her at night, it helps shut my brain off, and it's something that is not super hard, like 15, 16 hours a day for like 8 or 9 days in a row. That 10th day I would like hit a wall, and like I'd wake up and just be like, like a audible reaction. That means the content's like really hitting you.
Yeah.
Let's
Bro, I'm
do
just getting to know
the
your heart.
reaction
Like,
video on
that's
my reaction
because I've
video.
had so many questions about you on a human level. I just want to get to know you. When I asked you about what you cried to your girlfriend about, what I sense is that every piece of decision making or troubleshooting puts some load on one's heart and brain.
Yeah.
And then it starts collecting. It's like pressing the accelerator and brake together.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just need your girl to like vent.
Oh, definitely. I mean, on the venting, well, it's not even just vent. It's also, when I was single, I just like my method of working was I would just, if my eyes were open, I was working, and if they're closed, I was dreaming about working. And that was just all I did. But the problem is like eventually that stress and that all that just kind of catches up to you. No, I've always tried to get around it, but I can't. And so like those crashed in my mind, and then I'd take like half a day off, and that'd be perfectly fine. I'd go back to the grind. But the nice thing about having my hit a wall, and like I wake up and just be like super hard, like 15, 16 hours a day for like 8 or 9 days in a row. That 10th day I would like hit a wall, and like I wake up and just be like like an auto reaction. That means the content's like really hitting you.
Yeah.
Let's
Bro, I'm just
do
getting to know
the
your heart.
reaction
Like,
video on
that's
my reaction
because
video.
I've had so many questions about you on a human level. I just want to get to know you.
Okay. So what the fuck am I even doing this live stream for? मैं खुद को ही कोस रहा हूँ क्यों मैंने ये लाइव स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट किया. I don't know why did I start this live stream for no fucking reason at all.
Are you crying?
Why
It looks
the
like
fuck did I even start the fucked up live stream?
See her at night, it helps shut my brain off, and it's something that is not work related, that's actually fun and stimulating, so I don't just default to work mode, right? So like if I just throw a show on, I'll usually just get bored and then start working. But if I'm hanging out with her watching a show, it's a lot more easy to just relax and turn my brain off. So I've noticed I don't crash as much when I have her around because it's easier to recharge, if that makes sense.
What do you talk to her about?
I mean, literally, you have a wife?
Like
You have
a serious girlfriend.
a serious girlfriend? Okay. Yeah, how long you been dating?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys talk about literally everything. I mean, me and Tia are incredibly close. I mean, quite literally everything. I would say maybe the thing we talk about the most Probably our dog. We are always playing with our dog.
No YouTube discussions?
Oh, never.
Oh, really?
No.
That's that one part of your life where you don't
No,
drink?
I don't. I like after working 14 hours, the last fucking thing I want to do with my girlfriend is more work. Like, I mean, I'm sure. Obviously, we'll. I'll show her my videos, and maybe we'll discuss like a newer video. But it's probably like 2% of what I talk to her about is like YouTube related. It's it's a lot of just. Now that I'm like thinking through it, like we have a dog named Alfie. We play with Alfie a ton. We have a Shiba. It's really adorable. And then we usually listen to podcasts or. I want to get you guys in the car.
We're stopping midway. We'll continue
Okay.
this in the car. So Jimmy, we get to have a nice chill conversation at this.
Oh, what? And then we usually listen to podcasts or. I want to get you guys in the car.
We're stopping midway.
Named Alfie. We play with Alfie a ton. We have a Shiba. It's really adorable. And then we usually listen to podcasts or.
Alright, I will get
We're stopping
you
midway.
guys
We'll
in the
continue
Okay.
this in the car. So Jimmy, we get to have a nice chill conversation at this.
Oh, 1 second. There's a little kid knocking on the side of the van. But anyways, don't worry about it.
How's your brain processing India at this point on the way to the airport?
Oh, 1 second. The kid's back. Hey. That basically sums up my experience.
Welcome to India.
Thank you.
Yeah. You do know that we're super happy to have you here, right? I can't imagine how many people have told you that already.
Yeah. I mean, I feel it by the amount of people banging on the side of my cars everywhere I drive.
Okay. You were speaking about your girlfriend.
Yeah. Where were we? I forgot.
Okay, if you had 100% in terms of total brain bandwidth, how much of that bandwidth goes towards work?
Probably 99.5% of it.
So, and the remaining 0.5?
Also work. I guess, because what do you consider brain power, right? Like, obviously, sometimes I'll watch shows at night with my girlfriend, but I don't really consider that brain power. That's just like me being a zombie and decompressing. But if I'm like actually thinking, like my brain's actually on, I'm working,
Yeah. Who do you look up to in life?
One thing is, it's hard to just blanketly pick one person because I've gotten to the point where like no one's perfect, right? And so it's hard to say like this is the person I want to be because everyone has their flaws and there's always things I don't like about certain people. So I found that I don't look up to people specifically. I more look up to traits people have, if that makes sense. So like Elon is definitely not perfect. I think that's pretty obvious to everyone who's opened X at all. He's saying some days just batshit crazy stuff. But his vision he has for his companies and the way he's pushes them to do things that were just not even humanly possible or imaginable a decade prior is like very admirable, and that like is something I look up to. It's like,
have you had a conversation with him?
Yeah, briefly at the Super Bowl. We passed. I mean, it was like 30 seconds, nothing of substance.
But if the ice broke that day, what would you have asked him?
Honestly, I would just want to know, like, I would love to just talk to him about Mars and like realistically, talk to him for 5 hours of like, how does he see it happening playing out over the next 20 years,
Right.
Getting us to Mars, what do you actually think will happen and the timelines and that stuff. He talks about it publicly, but I'd love to hear his raw and filtered brain on that. And like with everything he knows now and with like Starship, starting to have some success and all these things starting to go really well for SpaceX, like what is his most up-to-date, like in my lifetime, is SpaceX gonna own a colony on Mars? You know what I mean? I think so, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just so, like, name one thing that's more badass. And that's just so, like, name one thing that's more badass than that someone on Earth's currently doing. You know what I mean? He's literally gonna create a colony on another planet. That's crazy. So I'd love to just hear him ramble about that.
Why do I feel like there's a Mr. Beast video about outer space already at this point?
No comment.
That's probably a yes for me as a viewer, because I'd expect you to think at that scale, right?
No comment.
Okay, cool.
No.
Are you happy in life?
Oh, that's a deep question. Personally, I
hate such introspective questions like that because, you know, to truly answer that, I'd have to ponder so much stuff and like think on it. Oh, that's a deep question.
As a viewer, because I'd expect you to think at that scale, right?
No comment.
Okay, cool. Are you happy in life?
Oh, that's a deep question. Personally, I hate such introspective questions like that because, you know, to truly answer that, I'd have to ponder so much stuff and like think on it. And if you told me you were going to ask me that last night, I could have like dreamt about it and like really thought about it because I don't ever stop and go, am I happy? So like to process that, I have to process through everything. You know what I mean? I would say, you know, no one's I would say, you know, no one's truly happy all day, every day. Like, you're not happy every day.
No.
Yeah, so it comes and goes in waves, especially, like, when I'm doing 7 days on a raft, 7 days buried alive, 7 days in solitary confinement, 7 days on a deserted island, 7 days in a cave, like, those kinds of videos, which we've done a lot of in the last year. No, I'm not happy. Like, bro, those videos suck. But
suck because of what? What you go through.
Yeah, oh yeah, so difficult. Like 7 days in solitary confinement was just horrible, absolutely horrible. And 7 days on a deserted island, the first time we tried to do that, I slept on a beach and I woke up and I had like 1,000 bug bites on both my legs because of sand fleas. I didn't know sand fleas were a thing, and I just got destroyed. And so we had to call it off. And so I ended up having to do that video twice, right? Like that's how hard it is. The first time I couldn't even finish it. And it's like we flew all the way to Panama, did all this prep and everything, and then I ended up calling it off and needing like days to recover from all the. But then I went back with a vengeance because I was fucking pissed. I didn't finish it the first time, and I did it. But you know, it's just hot and sunny, and you know everything's difficult when you're on an island with not much help, and there's bugs everywhere, and it's just not. You know, it's beautiful, but it's incredibly difficult. And I'm also not an outdoorsy kind of guy. Solitary. That one is all mental. I mean, I had food. I wasn't going to starve. I wasn't going to die of dehydration. But mentally, man, it's like when you're in a white padded room, you don't know what time it is. And it's just you and your thoughts. Like, and you don't have a pen. Well, wait, I did have a pen and I had a book. But you don't have anyone to talk to. You just kind of like 10 hours feels like 30 hours. And like when you think the 7 days is up, you're going to be on like day 4. And then those next 3 days, because in your head you already lived the 7 days, are just like a nightmare. And it feels like you never went. Solitary confinement is crazy.
Yeah. I have a lot of questions about your buried alive situation. The first question is, how did you poop? Because that's the top rated.
I've talked about this on podcasts before. So going into it, I just didn't eat food, like whatever the 2 or 3 days coming into it. So I didn't have much, I basically like fasted and cleared out my bowels. So there wasn't poop in me. And then you just kind of, so then I didn't have to poop like the first 4, whatever 5 days. I don't really remember. And then I ended up having to do it one time and just poop in a bag.
Bro, I mean, from everything you just said about all these challenges, I think you sign up for these videos. Sometimes you know that you're going to put your mind and body through some shit. But you willingly do it. You get some trauma from those experiences. And that is the price you pay for a lot of your videos other than the actual price.
Yeah, agreed.
The deeper question I have related to what I just said is, in that buried alive video, I'm sure there's a lot of psychological shit that came to the surface in your head. Are you comfortable like talking about some of that?
100%. That video might have been like a year and a half ago though, so I would struggle to recall specific things that popped in my head. But yeah, I definitely, when you're left alone with just you and your mind, you think of everything. And you run through every scenario. You relive in your mind mentally all your high school days you relive when you're 19, 20. You just like, because it's like, what else do you do besides just go through life in your head and then you live out your forward life until you're 50. And it's just like, it gets pretty bad because then like I sometimes get to this point where I'm like, when I'm doing these 7-day videos, I don't have much human interaction. Like I'll start thinking like, whoa, I can move my thumb. Like I'm just thinking move my thumb and I'll start like, just like the stupidest little things, especially in solitary confinement, just like, I'm like, why does my hand? It gets pretty bad because then like I think of everything. And you run through every scenario. You relive in your mind mentally all your high school days you relive when you're 19, 20. You just like, because it's like, what else do you do besides just go through life in your head? And yeah. The deeper question I have related to what I just said is, in that buried alive video, I'm sure there's a lot of psychological shit that came to the surface in your head. Are you comfortable like talking about some of that? 100%. That video might have been like a year and a half ago though, so I would struggle to recall specific things that popped in my head. But yeah, I definitely, when you're left alone with just you and your mind, you think of everything. And you run through every scenario. You relive in your mind mentally all your high school days you relive when you're 19, 20. You just like, because it's like, what else do you do besides just go through life in your head and then you live out your forward life until you're 50. And it's just like, it gets pretty bad because then like I sometimes get to this point where I'm like, when I'm doing these 7-day videos and I don't have much human interaction, go through life in your head and then you live out your forward life until you're 50. And it's just like, it gets pretty bad because then like I sometimes get to this point where I'm like, when I'm doing these 7-day videos and I don't have much human interaction, like I'll start thinking like, whoa, I can move my thumb. Like I'm just thinking move my thumb and I'm moving and I'll start like, it's just like the stupidest little things, especially in solitary confinement, just like I'd be like, why does my hand move when I tell it to move with my head? And it's like, what is it? And I noticed I just have like a lot of just out there thoughts because you're just so bored and you just, yeah.
Were there any thoughts related to long-term career and or self-doubt? Because my theory about you is that you can't get to this level of greatness without some element of self-doubt being a part of the mind.
Yeah, I mean, you're never 100% doubting or 100% optimistic. Obviously, it's a pendulum. I would say I lean way more on the optimistic side than most people, and I'm like always, we can't. We can, we will, we must, and we are. But yeah, there are occasionally moments, it's not as much anymore, but on the come up where, you know, I would invest every penny in my bank account into a singular video and I would go all in and, you know, and I would question, like, is this what I should be doing? Like, am I being dumb? Is this, responsible? I'm never 100% doubting or 100% optimistic. Obviously, it's a pendulum. I would say I lean way more on the optimistic side than most people, and I'm like always, we can, we will, we must, and we are. But yeah, there are occasionally moments, it's not as much anymore, but on the come up where, you know, I would invest every penny in my bank account into a singular video and I would go all in and, you know, and I would question, like, is this what I should be doing? Like, am I being dumb? Is this responsible? I'm 19, I'm 20, I've never ran a business. Like, am I hiring the right people? Is it, you know, like when I crossed 100 employees for my YouTube channel, it was a crazy thing. I remember thinking, like, man, there's 100 people that have families that depend on me and my videos for a paycheck, and my videos to pay them depend on this magical algorithm, and that just, you know, I just assume at the time is just going to serve these videos to tens of millions of people. And it's like assumptions on assumptions on assumptions is like what you have to get to be like, okay, I'll be able to pay these people consistently. And I just always came back to, I just have to have faith in myself, and I just got to believe that I'm going to figure out and problem solve. And like, being afraid of failure is just going to hinder me from my dreams, you know, because if I was worried about that, I never would have hired as many people. I never would have reinvested in everything. I never would have done a lot of the things I do, which is why I am where I am. So
on some deeper level, there is a sense of deep confidence as well.
Oh yeah, I said, you know, more optimistic than pessimistic, but yeah, I've always, actually not always, but I don't know what age it was, but there's definitely a turning point where things started to really click for me on you. Like the first, from like 11 to 16, there was not deep confidence. Like I remember nights like, so I had a ceiling, like picture these lights, but in America there's these ceilings with these little divots on them, like white ceilings with little divots. I don't know if that's just an American thing, but I remember just laying in bed staring at my ceiling, and some nights when I was like 14, 15, I would literally like cry because I wanted to be a YouTuber so badly that I would get so emotional. And I was like, the fact that I wasn't at the, you know, now I would tell myself, bro, you're making garbage videos. Like, of course you weren't getting views, you didn't deserve views. I didn't understand that at the time. And I just was like, the algorithm doesn't want to serve my videos, and, you know, it's just, I'm being punished or whatever, or I'm not making good enough videos. I don't know how to make good videos. I don't know how to do these things. And like, but I wanted it so badly that it would like physically hurt. Like I would have such intense dreams about wanting to be a YouTuber that like I would have chest pain. Like it would get so intense. I wanted it so fucking badly. It was like a very, I was very, very hardcore. I mean, I still am, but like
you still are.
Yeah, but that like, I don't know. I guess I manifest in different ways, but I had like very intense thoughts when I was like in my mid-teens of just like, I just remember like literally crying because I was like, I'm going to figure this out. And then a week later, I'd be like, fuck, will I ever figure this out? Am I going to be 80 and still no one's watching my videos and waste my life? And then I'd be like, but I'm not going to stop because I want it so badly. And yeah, that was a thing for a little period, like that I'm now getting deja vu on. Like I would sometimes work myself up so much where I'd be like, I want it, I fucking want it. When I was younger, that like I want to be a YouTuber, that I would like actually physically feel it in my chest. Like I would get so amped up. It was crazy, man. I wanted it so badly.
And here we are today, baby.
I know. Feastables. Cheers.
Cheers.
YouTube channel, and then the show. It's wild how it changes.
I say it again, bro. You're setting the benchmark for the global community. So be proud of yourself. And I know on some level you are.
Yeah, of course I'm proud, but
Yeah.
I mean,
it's for the rest of the community to just enjoy your game, honestly. Like,
you only get to this level if you're eternally dissatisfied with what you're doing, you know. And like that's something my mom hates, but I don't celebrate wins that much. I just kind of like, I'm like, there is no end to the destination. For me there's not much to really celebrate. Like the goal is never ending. It's just to be like, make the best videos possible, be the best, do entertain people, and like that's a never ending goal. And I think it's important to, you know, like, because a lot of people are like, I want 10 million subscribers, I want 20 million subscribers, or 100,000 subscribers, and they set these goals and they hit it and they're like, now what? And that, I think it's good to have these goals that are never ending, but also directly, like, the better my videos are, the more I'll achieve what I want to achieve in life. And so these goals directly correlate to what I want to achieve, but there is no end point. It's a journey, you know.
Yeah.
And it's cliche, but if the journey's not fun, then you're never going to make it to this level, you know, because what people see on my channel is 15 years of everything. Every dollar I made, every brain fiber I have in my head, everything. And that's what it takes over a long period.
I'm just enjoying the chocolate. It's great chocolate.
Yes. How about you? How's life been? How long have you been doing this?
Been doing it for like 9 years.
Okay.
The thing is, when you live in this country, because of the wealth disparity and all that, you grow up with that stuff. You feel a certain sense of responsibility to society, which I know you feel as well, with everything you've done in terms of charity and all that.
Yeah.
But there's another layer of life that you feel in this country where you become deeply reflective. Like all these questions I'm asking about happiness, it's an outcome of having lived in India for like 30 years of my life. You think a lot about life, you have a lot of questions about life. And I asked you about prayer.
Yeah.
I think in this country, prayer is a very central part of our lives, and it's not praying to God in a religious place or anything. It's just your own relationship with the divine. So for me, I know at some point I'm going to step out of my material chase and pursue that journey to the divine. It's just
while you're still alive?
While I'm still alive, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have the option to do that now financially, but I'm not done in terms of societal impact, and I really enjoy meeting different kinds of human beings.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to drive to the airport. Drive to the airport with me while kids bang on the car door.
Yeah. But I mean, the podcast is the secondary experience here. The primary experience is to just meet a great soul, because I genuinely believe people like you are chosen by the universe, and the universe only chooses its purest souls to be at the forefront in the way. Because, bro, people know you on a worldwide scale. You're experiencing a level of fame that very few humans have ever experienced in human history. So it doesn't just happen randomly, and it definitely doesn't just happen through hard work, because there's a lot of hardworking people out there, but there's a deeper layer, or at least that's how my country's taught me to think.
Yeah, I agree. It's not just due to hard work, but yeah, I mean, obviously I have success bias. Every successful person believes there's less luck involved than there was, and but I think if someone does work hard and intelligently, because we all have, if you're watching this, access to the internet, so you can basically learn anything there is on the planet. I don't see why someone who dedicates themselves, assuming they're healthy and they have a functioning brain, can't be successful in content creation or these kinds of things. So
I hear you, and again, I'm saying this not from a content creation perspective. If there's ever a day in your 40s or 50s where you really want to reflect, I'd love to take you around in the Himalayas.
Ooh, can we go to hang out with monks?
Yeah.
That would be sick.
You want to?
Yeah.
So that's all we do. like this show is actually primarily built upon conversations about like monk code and that kind of stuff.
That would be awesome. Yeah, if I could go like take a week off and go live and train like a monk and pray and all that stuff and
बनकासो होता तो ये नहीं होता बनकासो works for you, works for whom.
Comes from WWE often.
oh my god.
Every Indian guy watches WWE.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that WWE represents, which
Yeah.
is intensity, it represents a lot of good things as well. Creativity. Vince McMahon was a creative guy.
Yeah.
Really good branding, really good marketing. Little more sexualized culture.
Yeah.
Like Indians are a little old school. Party, but also you guys know how to grow your careers. India's in a very aspirational phase.
Yeah.
All the young people here want good careers, and we all look towards America to kind of coach us indirectly.
Yeah.
So we need coaching.
Where do you see the India economy 10 years from now? Do you
Bro, we're gonna be booming.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so as well.
Because
Yeah.
the Virat Kohli mindset has spread across the youth. And he was known as that guy who gave it back to the Australians, gave it back to the British. So that's spread across like a whole generation, and everyone's a go-getter. So even with the YouTubers, like I'm personally trying to start my global game much more intensely. I'm going to be touring UK, US, all that. And I feel that's an outcome of me growing up watching Virat Kohli, seeing him go one step ahead of the previous. I mean, based on your observation, what's your advice for India? Because I know you're a very observant guy.
Yeah.
So what's your advice?
For people in India watching this?
Really, man?
Yeah, people in India watching this, Indian creators.
I would say try to, it will take many years to achieve what you want, and try to predict where the world will be in 5 years, not necessarily where it will be now, and like just really don't be afraid to think outside the box. It's like when I was first blowing up, this kind of genre that I do with these big spectacles, they weren't a thing. And if you asked anyone, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, they would said no one would ever be making YouTube videos of these scale. That's not how YouTube works. But I just really believed in reinvesting and scaling up, and that we could. And so it's just like, I think, right now when some India creators, when I talk to them, they're complaining about their CPM. They don't make much money, and it's like that we could. And so it's just like, I think, right now when some India creators, when I talk to them, they're complaining about their CPM. They don't make much money, and it's like their ad rates are low because obviously people in India don't make as much as USA. But the thing is, like, will that be the case 5 years from now? Will that be the case 10 years from now? I think I think the opportunity to generate revenue is just going to keep growing and growing and growing here, and it's going to become more and more lucrative. And you just like, if you're a creator, you just need to keep honing your skills and like and stay on top of things.
Which audience do you enjoy catering to from a global perspective?
I mean, I'm biased because I'm in India right now. India, it's like, yeah, just like we were talking about before, I feel really loved here now, and I feel connected with a lot of the creators, and so yeah, I feel kind of at home in India almost. So I would say this is outside the US, this is the audience I'd love to hammer the most. Who do you think will be the first creator in India to hit 100 million subscribers?
Gary Minotti?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that no one else does entertainment that way. Everyone else is even more intense.
Okay.
I think of all of them, he has the best chance. And
With his 4 videos a year, 6 videos a year, what does he do?
maybe ramp it up, maybe he'll get an animation. Bro, I would love to try aiming for 100 million.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm next to an American brother. You're putting that thought in my head. So
Yeah.
that's what I have in head.
Well, it's a vanity metric, so that's where I wouldn't make that your goal, like, because
I mean, I want to appeal to the world. That's my goal. So maybe I mean, like myself.
for appealing to the world, for you, it's just dubs and international guests like me. Just have people that are relevant around the world.
I honestly, I just want to leave the world a happier, more peaceful place.
Yeah.
That's the actual goal behind the content. I think the core of this conversation is about your mindset. I've learned about you even more deeply. I'm grateful for your time, brother. I'm
Thank
grateful
you.
for all the work you do. I wish you even more love and success. I wish you much more peace, many more ideas, and something tells me I'm going to see you in the mountains at some point.
Oh, 100%. Thank you for having me. Can I do the double dab shake? Get you a beer, grow your biceps. We'll see you later.
Thank you, my man.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Yep.
You're
Uh-huh.
special, so.
I had a blast creating this one. Didn't get as much time as I'd like to get with Jimmy. Couldn't go as deep as I wanted to go in this one, but what I know is that Jimmy's going to be back in India. We're going to be going to the Himalayas. We're going to have longer, more extended, more peaceful conversations about life and mental health and the health of one's heart. Absolutely enjoyed just meeting this human being in real life, and absolutely enjoyed bringing it to you guys. Thank you for your support. TRS will be back soon with many more themes and many more topics. Do check out our vast library of podcasts that we've created over the last 5 years. This was Mr. Beast featured on The Ranveer Show.
Wow.
China
बच्चे होने के लिए कौन सी गलती करनी पड़ेगी?
China
That was
is
a good
shown as atheist, like doesn't
podcast,
believe in God.
I would
Yeah.
like to say, but
Are
it
you the
was
monk that sold
not.
his for
It was kind of average
मेरे को brand
for
build करने बहुत
the podcast, I would say.
तो मैं तो
Nah, it was the worst. I think The podcast was good enough, but there was no deep connection like Ranveer always does with his podcast. Like, we understand what the other person is thinking, but that was not case for Jimmy because the time limit was very less. They were going in a car. They were like, I don't have time, bro, shoot in the car. So I would say that the podcast was kind of very low, like I would say 2 out of 5 star. Hmm, very bad, not okay, okay. So much work to do. This is the worst phase of my fucked up life, I would say, but I don't like to say. Ruchita Thakur was engaged to ट्रिगर्ड इंसान. ट्रिगर्ड इंसान भाई, मैं क्या बोलूँ आपको, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस आपका. मैं था फ़ैन पहले, लेकिन अभी फ़ैन नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि अभी मैं देखता हूँ ना तो आपका कंटेंट एक नंबर का बच्चों के लिए कंटेंट बना हुआ है, और मैं अभी बच्चा नहीं हूँ, मैं बड़ा बच्चा हो गया हूँ. अभी बड़ा बच्चा हो गया हूँ, तो इसलिए अब मैं आपका फ़ैन नहीं रहा. फ़ैन नहीं होने का मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं आपको हेट करता हूँ, इसका मतलब ये है कि आपसे ज़्यादा अच्छे क्रिएटर्स मुझे पसंद हैं, ये है इसका मतलब. आपका कंटेंट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चा ही देखते हैं, सौरव जोशी की तरह. और मैं क्या ही बताऊँ, फुकरा इंसान, मिस्टर बीस्ट का कॉपी कैट. फुकरा इंसान, द कॉपी कैट ऑफ मिस्टर बीस्ट. What the fuck does he even do? I don't understand. देखो देखो कौन लाइव आया. भाई, मल्हान फैमिली ने यूट्यूब रेवेन्यू 50% उनके पास ही चला जाता है मेरे मुताबिक. 50% रेवेन्यू मल्हान फैमिली का. हेलो एवरीवन, गुड नाइट. नाइट इज़ वेरी गुड. अभी गुड नाइट नहीं रुकूंगा, नाइट इज़ वेरी गुड. नाइट इज़ वेरी गुड. और मैं ये और अभी मैं इसे सेंड दैट वाज समथिंग गुड. चलो एक बार अपने ही लाइव स्ट्रीम पे रिएक्शन करें क्या. और मैं ये गुड, वेरी गुड. भाई, मल्हान फैमिली ने यूट्यूब रेवेन्यू 50% उनके पास ही चला जाता है मेरे मुताबिक. 50% रेवेन्यू मल्हान फैमिली का. ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई नशेड़ी बात कर रहा है यार. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Everybody say goodbye. अबे यार.
Okay, I have started streaming, but
Johnny.
okay, I have started streaming, but
Okay, let's stop this fucked up live stream right now. I know guys, ये लाइव स्ट्रीम बहुत ही बकवास था. मुझे माफ़ कर देना, आपको बिल्कुल मज़ा नहीं आया तो मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि जितने हो सके उतने लाइव स्ट्रीम अच्छे बना पाऊँ, क्योंकि आई नो मैं एक अच्छा कंटेंट क्रिएटर नहीं हूँ, लेकिन लाइव स्ट्रीम तो बढ़िया कर ही सकता हूँ. तो कुछ भी हो जाए, मुझे इंडिया का नंबर 1 लाइव स्ट्रीमर बनना है, और वो मेरा ड्रीम है. और क्योंकि इंडिया में है ना, लाइव स्ट्रीमर्स के नाम पे बहन के लौड़े पबजी प्लेयर्स बैठे हुए हैं. साला कोई भी ऐसा लाइव स्ट्रीमर नहीं है जो फ़न कंटेंट बनाता हो. सारे के सारे सिर्फ BGMI पबजी बहन के लौड़े बैठे हुए हैं टॉप पे. मैं इंडिया को दिखाऊंगा कि लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग का असली मतलब क्या होता है. इन साले मादर चोद बीजीएमआई वालों को तो इन ये मेरा उंगली डोनेट कर देना सालों को। एंड मैं बस इतना कहना चाहता हूँ कि गुड नाइट। फिर ड्रीम्स देखो भाई लोग, ड्रीम्स देखो। अभी टाइम हो रहा है, मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम को बंद कर रहा हूँ। गुड नाइट एवरीवन, बाय बाय। 30 सेकेंड रुक जाता हूँ, फिर प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12